Education transformation is intended to be implemented in 2025, but the public will get to contribute to it. And officials have been revealing more details about the reform plan at their latest public session.
Education transformation is also about looking at the legislation and recognizing that our legislation is outdated, and that if we want to create the environment for 21st century living and education, that we need to look at the legislative and regulatory environment that helps to create that. And we are going to learn that infrastructure, how we deal with how schools look physically, how we design the schools for collaboration and flexibility, how we design the schools for climate resilience, that much of that is part of education transformation.
One parent, Daniel Lefcott, suggests trained counselors be placed at the primary and secondary level to help children who have challenges.
They do need to have someone there that they can confide in, who can recognize the various disabilities, issues that would affect children and cause them to fall through the cracks in our education society. But we also have to acknowledge the fact that the majority of our teachers know. They may have the book learning. They say, yes, we've done these classes, we know what the check marks that we're supposed to tick off to pick upon any issues that students may be having.
Another attendee, who says she's written her own 600-page reform book, has praised the global initiatives proposed by the ministry, but she believes one point has been missed.
Educational change is uppermost in most people's minds, but they miss the point, and they miss it up to today. Because the reason children do not learn is because they are not being taught in the way they ought to be.
Education consultant Dr. Idame Deddy has been speaking about instruction in future technologies.
In terms of the coding and robotics, this is not theoretical at all. In fact, the government has spent, I believe it might be in excess of $10 million already, providing kits for every school in this country from our nursery schools. We have kits at the various levels, the coding, the robotics kits, where all of our children can begin to explore and develop. The idea is that we want these children to be developers of technology.
Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer-Bradshaw says concerns remain about areas like reading. She says overseas institutions have been engaged to provide assistance to both teachers and children.
It is not a one-pronged approach, it is a multi-pronged approach. And I have an officer here, education officer, Janelle Little. She's smiling because she knows that, she raised her hand, Miss Little. She knows that she has been tasked with boosting reading across all primary schools. It is a concern for us, and we can't wait until 2025 to fix it. We have to start fixing it now. So we've begun to make some inroads in terms of ensuring that we have a reading population at the end of the day.
The primary school reform is based on several pillars: numeric, kinesthetic, artistic, scientific, and linguistic. Wendy Burke, CBC News.